I've been a long time Spider-Man fan. With things alone you see in my room, from the Spidey drapes to the Spidey action figure, the Spidey Pop Funko, Spidey bed, Spidey art I've collected through the years, and yes, Spider-Man theme. I had to download that onto my PlayStation 4. Hear that beautiful music. You've already seen that. Yeah, you can't really see it good with the lighting, but Spidey cosplay, Spidey mug, Spidey ring. Now, let's begin this review. Huge fan inside, very daunted. Let's begin the review. I am the overzealous, hyper-obsessed Spider-Man fanboy reviewing Spider-Man PlayStation 4. Spoilers ahead. Many spoilers hit us. Spidey fans, unite. As we call ourselves, webheads. On to the review. This game is daunting and overwhelming. The hype of, the trailers for the game, the fact that the pre-order for the game was out of stock, the pressure of if you don't 100% platinum this game, you're not a true webhead fan. Say shut up, look how much Spidey's comics I've read and my room is webtastic. I got 8, okay, at the time I wrote this review I got 85%, I'm at 96% now on the game. Everyone, chill. I'm not a hardcore gamer, I'm a casual gamer. Like when Geek Evolution reviewed the Arkham City as a narrative, so will I try to review this game. Most of Marvel's games are bad outside of the Lego Marvel superhero games and Marvel's Avengers game. It's going to be coming out soon. Most movie-based games are bad, except for X-Men Origins Wolverine and Spider-Man 2. Most Spider-Man games tend to just be okay, except for Spider-Man 2. The one I reviewed early starting this channel, the Amazing Spider-Man 2012 game, was alright. This new one, on the other hand, it goes above beyond to make the most definitive Spider-Man game to date. I have not been this immersed into a video game since I played Uncharted: A Thief's End when I first got my PlayStation. While chasing birds in Assassin's Creed 2 was alright, this game I'm not generally fond of that part of the game. I had genuine most fun playing the side missions with this game, more than the story. The story manages to cram pack a teaser for Norman Osborn, being the Green Goblin, Mr. Negative, well given a backstory on Oscorp taking advantage of him, and Otto Octavius and Spider-Man turn was as well done as Dr. Octopus was fleshed out in the movie, that you almost don't want him to turn bad, even though it's comic accurate. That you're along with Peter begging Doc Ock not to turn into a bad guy. Doc Ock and Norman Osborn rivalry is the most parallel to Steve Jobs and Steve Wozniak with Apple. I also love how the game took little underrated parts from the comics and makes it like work and fit into the game. The great story arc Peter has, the 3 basic game suits that you care for within the game, just the main missions are well good. The classic 2000 suits and the upgraded suits, it's just Insomniac's game's own suits, and the search suit that Peter uses to take out Doc Ock that reminds me of the Spider-Man 3 black suit mixed with the tech suit from Homecoming. I also loved how he waves to fans This game goes out of its way to be the definitive Spider-Man game. Annoying where I have restart the side missions. Sometimes there is a brilliant relatable chase scene where Peter has to chase a train mechanic guy to the garbage disposal stand to make sure he has his stuff, to save his stuff. That was well set up with the opening scene of the game. This game, I felt like I was playing Peter's own Born Again mixed with reading the recent runs of Spider-Man. This game had me gushing as a Spidey fan this year. It's been a good year for a Spider-Man fan myself. Wilson Fisk with Daredevil Season 1 and Spider-Man Animated Series and this interpretation mixed well together. It was a brilliant way how they mixed it with the silliness of the animated series version and the seriousness of the Netflix one with the Wilson Fisk. Not the only characters that are well done with this game. Miles Morales is having an amazing year with being represented within the Spider-Verse movie and with this video game. Reminded me of, though in this video game he reminds me of Roy Harper in Arrow Season 1 and 2. They changed some stuff that happened to Miles Morales in the comics to set up his powers much earlier, which, dear Insomniac Games, I'd like you guys, which was actually an improvement. Dear Insomniac Games, I'd like you guys to add a co-op mode. That's like my one request for if you make a sequel game where we get to play as Miles Morales, so I can play as Miles Morales in the sequel game. Instead of a sequel, I'm excited for a sequel. I'll have to buy it and play it non-stop when the sequel does come out. Little nitpick I love how they changed Mary Jane to being what Peter used to be and how they made her an active, proactive protagonist. But damn, the missions they gave her to save up bodyguards, private security, spouting out stuff during the game that had a correlation to what was going on, her got on my nerve. That when she actually got a taser at a certain mission in the game, I had fun just and I went ham on those guards in the game. And Peter having an excellent chemistry. They have a season where they argue over text. I've been there, bro. Zero Tech had no pizza delivery missions. Just joking, it's not a pizza. And fine, the balloon jokes aside, this has been the most fun I've had in an immersive Spider-Man in any game in general in a long while, and a Spider-Man game. I played it in a while, and also I loved how the radio would miss it, like when the radio would go off and it's J. Jonah Jameson ranting about Spidey, it would match with what recently went on in the game. Or if you save enough civilians, he will defend you here and there. This game is just, it's great. It's everything I wanted out of a Spider-Man game. It has its flaws. Some glitches are laughably funny, like people flying in the sky, but those only come later on in the game after you've already beaten the game. It's a good game. It's a 9.5 out of 10. And please make a Daredevil game. Please. Don't make it all black. I want a Daredevil game where no killing. Or it's like Grand Theft Auto with Daredevil. Please, Insomniac. Or a Punisher game. A Punisher game would be nice too. But 9.5 out of 10. I enjoyed this game. That was my review, my take on the Spider-Man PlayStation 4 video game. Like down below, subscribe, enjoy. Thanks for watching. That's all, folks.